said what I said. And now that I've finally seen the light, I can say that 5 fingers is worth a try. Today, I'm going to show you how I use my own personal HUD and some tips on how you can transition into 5 fingers without making big changes on your own. First things first, how I hold my phone. Since I use 3 fingers on the left, 2 fingers on the right, I hold the left side of my phone with 2 fingers and the phone's charging cable as added support, so there's some sort of balance while I hold the other side with 3 fingers. Although sometimes you'll see my right middle finger on the upper right corner to have better range of motion with my right thumb that I use for aiming and recoil control. Going straight into the HUD, let's address the elephant in the room. I know the fire button's too big for anyone's fingers, but whether I need to fire while ADS or hip fire, once I put down my index finger, I am sure that my weapon will fire, hence the big fire button. For the scope or ADS button, I have it on the upper left corner and is toggled with my right middle finger, and for the dedicated weapon switch button, I simply curl up the same finger to reach it. I use my left thumb to control the joystick and I place it around just where my finger lands. And if you're asking what size, I personally use 85 to 90, and only because that's how much my thumb touches the screen. So if you have a smaller or a bigger finger, you can adjust accordingly so your joystick moves along with your finger well. I have my jump, crouch, and prone, as well as my reload button right here. I did have the reload button and the weapon switch at the bottom of my screen before, but I wanted to free up my thumbs as much as possible. Right below are my tactical and lethal grenade buttons. I use my thumb to tap on these because I'm used to doing so. For my minimap, it's near the center at the top of the screen, so I can take a look at it without removing my focus at my field of view. It's at 94 scale, 69 opacity, 64 map zoom, and 72 icon zoom. Callouts are rough because I play alone. My operator skills just right here where I can see it when it's ready and tap it with my thumb to activate. Down under, I put my primary and secondary weapon buttons on the side. I don't tap them, I use them to see how much bullets I have in my guns. Action buttons such as nuke activation, plant, bomb, or defuse, and weapon pickup are all at the center, easy to reach. Quick tip for the button sizes, make sure they are big enough for your fingers and easy to reach without having a hard time when tapping them. It will be uncomfortable when it comes to things like movement and also the timing of aiming combined with shooting. You will mess up for the first few days of trying this out just because of the new muscle memory you're trying to register. The reason why I even tried this in the first place is that you can do almost everything without giving up control. Because you have dedicated fingers for aiming and shooting, you'll have no problem doing movement while being ADS'd and switching to hipfire. As interesting it may seem to you, this claw setup is not for everyone as it can get uncomfortable for other people. Another issue is that smaller phones or screens might not see much of the field of view because of the hand covering up the display. 5-finger claw is not that popular among global and grainer regions. However, on the flip side, it's common among COD Mobile China pros, and that's the reason that pushed me to switch from 4 fingers. If you found this guide useful or interesting, make sure you leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more of this type of content. That's it for the tutorial part of the video. Here's a handcam gameplay with the buttons on full opacity so you can see how this HUD works in action. For today's question, I want to know, how many fingers do you have? Let me know down in the comments below.
That was easy.